64% of people with diagnosed mental illness say the holidays make their condition worse. That's from a recent survey of 300 people by the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Joining me with some practical ways to reduce mental stress during the holidays is my guest, Dr. Michael Krellstein, Clinical Director of San Diego County's Behavioral Health Services. And welcome to Evening Edition.
It's nice to be here. Thank you.
Now, Dr. Krellstein, what is it about winter holidays that kind of increases people's stress and or makes them feel a little blue?
Well, for most, holidays are a joyous time, but for some, the holidays as they approach, there's also a sense of unwellness that develops. And this unwellness can take several different flavors, including feeling down or being depressed, feeling anxious or avoidant, irritable, even argumentative, or feeling like one's triggers are more exposed. The holidays are a wonderful time, but it's also a stressful time.
Is there certain things, are there key symptoms that you can say, hey, the holidays are really kind of making me feel this way?
Well, the symptoms of just recognizing and being mindful of how we feel as we meet the normal stresses. And some of those stresses, you know, there's a lot to get done. There's certain expectations. There's a lot of concentrated social time. People are together, and that can bring about more opportunities for relationship or intergenerational issues to come up, some cultural differences, even some disparities. And so it affects people.
Well, I understand that this kind of feeling down sometimes during the holiday or holiday blues, as it's called, it's not unusual. No one, of course, wants to feel that way. How can you avoid feeling down during these next few months?
Well, several things come to mind. There are some common things that you hear about. Folks have a sense of losing control many times. We get swept up in the holiday spirit and all of the activity and opportunities and the excitement. And being able to keep some sense of control around that. So that would include setting realistic goals and understanding that we have limits, and that those limits include our diet and our activities and even spending, or what we do with alcohol and some of the other enticements. And spending more time with friends and family, volunteering. Sometimes it's really good to turn the attention from the self to others, and there are different ways to do that.
How do you know if some of the emotions you're experiencing during this season are just kind of normal, maybe from these pressures, or if it's something more serious, specifically if you truly are depressed?
Well, it's interesting because the holiday blues can be a normal and natural thing, and usually when we get back into our normal routines and rhythms, we start having a better sense of control and our lives move forward. But for some, that sense of holidays blues linger, and for others, we actually see that during the holidays, for example, people who suffer with depression or anxiety, the holidays actually represent an opportunity for distraction, and reprieve, really, from how they've been feeling. And so these are issues that are continual issues that people bring into the holidays. It goes away for a little while. Afterwards, you actually feel a little bit worse. And you kind of are wondering, maybe it might be time to get some help.
And some of those symptoms, specifically hopeless, feeling helpless, too little, too much sleep, unusual weight loss, what else are some symptoms either during the holidays or after that you might have depression?
Right. So the symptoms of having a depressed mood most of the time, some feelings of depression or sadness are, of course, normal and completely common. But if it's most of the time, most every day, and it doesn't seem to be lifting, if there is a sense of dread or real avoidance or anxiety that's coupled with that, a sense that you can't, or having trouble functioning and going on with your day, and of course, if you're feeling like maybe it's all too much and you just rather stay in bed under the covers, that might be time to reach out for help.
And also persistent suicidal thoughts, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of help is available for depression or for people that are experiencing mental illness here in San Diego?
Well, we are very blessed here in San Diego County to have just a tremendous expertise of behavioral health and mental health services here in the county, whether it's public or private or academic. And people who now have more insurance because of the Affordable Care Act. And there are many different portals into the healthcare delivery system. There's one particular access point that I'd like to tell you about. It's called the County Crisis and Access Line. And when a person calls this number, you'd be met by a professional who is going to ask a few questions about your background and circumstances, and will hopefully point you in the right direction. And can I give you that number?
We will have that on our
great.
website, and that's kpbs.org. So we are out of time, but these are excellent tips. And as you said, this portal to get into the system if you feel like you need some help. And we do have that number on our website, kpbs.org. Dr. Michael Kraustein, thank you so much.
Thank you.